Okay, without further ado, let me go through quickly uh, who are we and why are we doing this sharing today before I move on to the topic of paid advertising on a limited budget. Okay, so we represent Imacity. Imacity is one of the top digital marketing schools in Singapore. We have been teaching digital marketing, digital literacy for a couple of years now. We are WSQ approved training organization, course fee, skill future credit, and NTUC UTech eligible. If this doesn't sound familiar to you, it's fine. Basically, what it means is the course fee is heavily subsidized. Okay, the course fee is heavily subsidized. What are some of the courses that Imacity as a school we provide? We have digital advertising. So for instance, teaching you how to set up Google Ads, how does Facebook ads works, how does Instagram ad works, why are you seeing certain ads, why are your friends or your partner beside you but seeing a different ads when you search for the same keyword in Google search. So we will go through that on digital advertising course. I myself is a lead trainer for e-commerce. So we teach you how to set up an e-commerce business, e-commerce side hustle, a very hands-on class, and we have a lot other more courses which I won't touch on that. That's not the goal for today. The goal of today is to share with you, have a glimpse of what are the kind of sharing that will go through some of these courses. Okay, so if you love to find out more about eMarcity courses, the courses we provide from marketing, content creation, AI, data studio, analytics, and so on, scan this QR code over here. Okay, just scan this QR code over here. It will bring you to eMarcity website. When you're on the eMarcity website, say you're not sure what courses, maybe you have shortlisted one or two, but you're not sure which one to go for, use this WhatsApp button. Just click on the WhatsApp button, ask our school admin. Our school admin will understand what is your goal. Maybe you are looking to run a side business other than your day job, or maybe you're already a business owner, you're trying to upskill on certain craft, maybe it's digital marketing or maybe it's analytics. Tell our school admin is able to advise you which are the most applicable courses, okay, that is relevant from you. Then from there, you take a decision whether you want to go for the course or not. Also, the course fee is heavily subsidies. If you like to find out more about subsidies and so on, feel free to just drop a note through the WhatsApp. Our school admin will be able to advise you on that. Okay, so a bit about myself before I jump into the sharing. My name is Yuk Xiang. So Cantonese Chinese name very hard to pronounce, so just call me YS. Okay, so YS is much easier. Uh, if it's hard to remember, just remember YSL. You know the brand, the handbags, the luxury brand YSL, but without the L. Okay, YS. So myself, I've been doing marketing for 13 plus years now, from government, social enterprise, MPO, huge brands, run my own agency and startup in the past. So multiple industry, 10 years hands-on in digital advertising. My focus is on digital advertising, but I also have done offline advertising. So offline advertising means those our home ads, when you pass by bus stop or you go MRT, right, then you see like there's banner on the wall. So I handle those kind of ads also. But my main focus is on digital advertising. I've been doing teaching for 7 years now across Asia. I teach with United Nations as their consultant, teaching digital literacy skills across Asia communities. My day hustle is a full-time performance director at global advertising agency. We handle clients like Nike, Amazon on their advertising. Okay, so that's a very quick shout of who I am. So the goal I have for everyone today is, first of all, learn low cost, okay, low cost, or rather learn low cost and a few no cost paid advertising option. Basically, what it means is I'll be teaching you two advertising or rather two marketing tactic that requires zero cost at all. Okay, zero cost. Then the other advertising tactic, I will teach you how to refine them. Okay, how to refine the advertising so that you will be able to achieve with a lower cost. Okay, so learn low cost, no cost paid advertising options. I'll have screenshot in all my sharing so you can immediately take away and implement some of my sharings. Okay, so for business owners in the room, your goal here is not to learn exactly, okay, how do I click that? How do I do that? Your goal is to really understand the concept, take away the concept, then work with your marketers or work with your agency on hire to implement those concepts. For marketers in the room, your goal here is to also understand this concept, but also further on start testing them. If you have do not have that in your practice yet, start testing them. Okay, this is not a one-way sharing, so feel free to utilize the chat or unmute yourself to share more, ask more questions that you might have at any point of time. If you are shy, feel free to just use the chat. Okay, I'll be monitoring the chat throughout the next 40 minutes, so feel free to utilize the chat function. Okay, so 9 tips that I'll be sharing today. How I would like to share it across, I have framed it across ABC framework for easier takeaway. A, so the first 4 points that I'll be sharing focus on audience. Okay, how do we reach out to the right audience? How can we reach audience for free? Okay, so audience pillar. Then we will move on to bidding pillar. Okay, bidding pillar, how do we bid the right amount for our say for leads? How do we bid the right amount for ads to get a conversion or e-commerce transaction? Okay, so that is some bidding pillar. Next, then we'll move on to the last 3 tips takeaway. Creative. How do we have better creative? How do we work with content creator? So these 9 tips, okay, all in all, they drive, if implemented, it reduces media costs and better media outcome. Basically, when you implement it, it will bring down your cost of media and you get greater media outcome given the same spends that you are spending right now. Okay, so diving straight into audience. Okay, so this is my favorite sharing. Okay, when dealing with business owner, I know budget is always a challenge. So sometimes you can ask me, why has you got any creative marketing or paid advertising tactic that doesn't require money and can get result? Okay, yes, this is the one. This is my favorite sharing, my favorite tips to give away. Use Facebook groups. Okay, use Facebook group. Facebook group are your targeted audience pool. Okay, think about it. Say for instance, I have a running shoe brand. Okay, for instance, I have a running shoe brand. Where can I reach out a huge pool of targeted runners? Okay, online. Facebook group, search for runners. You can find there are groups of audiences, runners, very actively online talking about marathons, talking about running shoes, talking about running tips. No better way to reach them, this target pool of audience than Facebook groups. Okay, for instance, here it's a bit small on the screen, but basically I search for parents. You can see Singapore primary school parents. Okay, expect parents, Sec 4 parent support group. Okay, so you can see very focused group of your target audience. Now, you may be thinking, okay, so now I have found my target audience on Facebook group. How do I convert them? How do I sales pitch to them? Okay, so basically what you do is you find a group, you join the group, you go in, you do 2 things, or rather 3 things. When you join a group, after you join a group, you listen. You listen to what the group is talking about. Okay, you listen to what the group is talking about. Okay, listen to them, whether are they complaining about a competitor, whether are they talking about a service or product gap that's not met by the market currently. So you have opportunity to create one for to meet the gap. Second thing, besides listening, you engage with them. You're asking like, for instance here, looking for a one-to-one Chinese tutor to teach my P1 child. Okay, so if you offer this service, you can engage. Okay, you can or you can engage. Lastly, okay, so first listen, second engage, third, okay, share. Okay, share what you do. Okay, promote your product or service in this Facebook group. So 3 things you want to do in Facebook group. Okay, listen to what the group is talking about. Second, engage. Answer questions, be seen as a subject matter expert. They may not have readily business for you, but the next time when they recall that they need your service, they thought of you because you are the subject matter expert that responded to them. Third, okay, third will be promote your product or service in the Facebook group. Okay, so concentrated pool of target audience, be seen as a subject matter expert. You want to have the persona whereby you are very engaging, you engage them, educate them, you're the subject matter expert, post evergreen content. Evergreen content basically means if someone read it, say 2 weeks later on what you respond, eh, this is relevant for them also. It's something that's evergreen over the time is still very relevant. Okay, you may be thinking, does it really works? Okay, I have quite a number of case study. I'll just share. So while teaching Facebook advertising class, okay, so while teaching Facebook advertising class, day one I taught one of the student is a business owner. On day three, he walked up to me. YS, your tip very good. On day one, you taught me right. I straight away try. Day three, he tell me he got 7 qualified leads with zero spend at all, just by typing a post in the Facebook group. Okay, just one example. I run an e-commerce watch company. Same. What I do is I go in to watch lover Facebook groups. I post my watch design that I'm coming out with for my next watch release. Tons of response. Haters, lover. Oh, I don't like this color. You should try to go with this color. Oh, I love the handle. You should try to increase the dial size by this and so on. Some of these lovers and haters, because they comment, I switch the design and they become my first few supporters when I launch the watch online. They are my first few buyers. Okay, so Facebook group, something for you to think about. You definitely want to use them. It's free of charge. Okay, second one, utilize AI expanded audience. So this is a bit technical, but key for you is to take away this concept. Okay, if you are not implementing or you are not the one implementing it, it's fine. Just take away this concept. Okay, have your marketer or have your freelancer or agency implement this for you. Okay, so there's a lot of talk about AI also on platforms. Okay, basically what this does is, example, this is Meta interface, okay? Meta interface, but Google, TikTok, they have the same feature. What this does is Meta, okay, or the other advertising platform like Google, TikTok, and so on, LinkedIn, they are able to find for you audiences. Okay, basically what it means is, okay, say you want to run an ad, right? You need to set up, oh, they must be this age group, uh, they must be parents, they must like shopping, they must like running. You need to list down all the different interests because Meta need to know, okay, you want to run ads, but who you want to show to. So traditionally, we need to indicate, okay, this age group, which gender, live at where, all the interests they have, then Meta will know, oh, okay, I will show to this, your ad to this kind of audience. Okay, with AI expanded audience, AI feature, advantage audience automation. Advantage Plus basically is Meta's suite of AI. It's just their term of AI solution. What it does is just give Meta the age group and gender, and maybe one or two interest parameter. What Meta will do is Meta will use this AI to find you the right audience. You don't need to tell them, oh, they like running, they like to drink tea, and so on. You just need to tell them very broad uh, demographics like age, gender, a few interests. That's it. Meta AI will find you the right audience. Okay, you might be wondering, how exactly does that work? Basically, what the AI does is AI will look at your past ads, okay, your past advertisement. Okay, they will also look at your current advertisement once you start running it. What are the kind of audience who actually will click on your ad? What are the kind of audience who watch your ad longer? Okay, what are the kind of audience that interacted with your ads? Is it same gender or is it certain age group? Do they all have the same interest? Okay, so this is the second tip. Okay, this is the second tip. You might be wondering, how does this reduce the cost of my advertising? Okay, the bigger the audience pool, okay, the bigger the audience pool, the lower the cost of your media. Okay, example, if you are saying targeting CEO, okay, targeting CEO to maybe you want to sell a B2B services. When you key in CEO targeting, very niche audience pool, your cost of media is actually very high. Example, if you spend $10, maybe you can only reach, just an example, 100 people. But because you use advantage audience AI, the cost of media maybe $10, but you end up reaching 1,000 people. What Meta AI does is Meta will then look at who are the people who will click. They will reach out to these people who is alike. Okay. So second tip, utilize AI to find you relevant audience. Through the AI algorithm, they are able to reach out to find broader audience pool. As a result of this broader audience pool, your cost of media is actually lower. Okay. Third tip, utilize audience exclusion. Utilize audience exclusion. Basically, what this means is, sometimes we reach out ads, right? But we're actually reaching out to our competitors also. Our competitor will be, you are running ads, my competitor. Okay. So basically what this does is you are able to exclude your competitor from seeing the ads. Okay. You are able to exclude your competitors from seeing the ads. Okay. So in the technical setup, what it is basically like this. You can choose, okay, earlier on I showed that we can choose to target people of a certain interest. We can also choose target people who work at, say, this company, say, employers of the okay. Uh, the downside to this is if your competitor is a smaller firm, okay, or small medium business, then Meta, Google, and so on might not have a pool of audience for you to exclude. Okay. So how does it benefits my cost of media? Basically, when you exclude your competitor, you're now reaching to the right audience instead of showing up your ads to your competitor. Correct. Fourth tip. Okay. Fourth tip. Implement day parting strategy. Very cheap word, but basically what it means is you run ads on the day of week, time of day that you prefer. Okay. Day parting strategy basically means you run ad on the day of the week and the hour of the day that you prefer. Okay. So you might be wondering what will be my preferred hours. Okay. So the preferred hours will be when your audiences are most responsive. When your audiences are most responsive. Okay. Why do we not want to run ads when our audience is unresponsive? Just give you an example. Maybe we are targeting working adults. Okay, we are targeting working adults. Our ads are shown maybe during 9 to 6 p.m. They are working, then maybe they secretly use their Facebook because too bored at work. They probably see your ad, but they might not have time to interact, click in, find out more, purchase, submit the lead gen form. They probably see your ads, but they might not have time at office to find out more about product or services. So what you want to do instead is you really want to target your ads to show to your audiences when you know that they are less busy during these hours. So let's show up here so they have more time to interact with ads. Okay, so for context, e-commerce companies, e-commerce firm, they usually run ads, okay, on this kind of hours. Okay, why? Okay, why? Because usually e-commerce purchase is very heavy on the weekday, right? Very heavy in the evening. Okay, on the weekend is all day. Okay, so get a competitive edge, ensure that your media spend is utilized well when your audience are most interactive. Okay, so there's a very quick sharing on audience. Let me just recap all four of them. Okay, first of all, we can tap on Facebook group to reach a very target audience pool of audience. Okay, it's free for you to go in to listen to what your audience are talking about. You want to go in and engage. They are asking questions. You want to answer them, be seen as a subject matter expert. Third, you want to share. Okay, you want to share, promote your product or services in the Facebook group. Second one, AI expanded audience. Okay, this is basically using the platform AI feature to find you the right audience. Okay, when it's a broader pool of audience, your cost of media is actually lower. The more niche the pool of audience is, the cost of media is higher. Example, $10 if your audience pool is very niche, you can reach 100 people. $10 if your audience pool is broader, you can reach, example, 25 people. Audience exclusion. Okay, this is about excluding your competitors. You don't want your ads to be seen by your competitors. You want them to be seen by your target audience. Day parting strategy, having your ads to show up when your target audience is most interactive. Okay, I forget to mention how can you find out when your target audience is most interactive. In the ads platform, when you run ads at time, okay, you can actually dive in. You break down by the hour, by the day. Then you can see, okay, Monday to Sunday, what's the trend like? Are they always most engaging on Saturday, Sunday, or do they always engage during lunchtime? Then from there, you sort of like, I know these are the hours they are more engaged. So I want to run out my ads on those hours. Okay. Sometimes you'll be surprised by the insights. For instance, previously I worked in a firm that do recruitment. So you'll be surprised. Uh every it's not weekend that people send CV for jobs. Okay, it's not weekend that people apply jobs. Okay, but it's every Monday. So very interesting insight. Every Monday you have the highest count digital application. Okay, then for travel industry, also work in them. Very interesting insight also. It's not weekend that we experience very heavy online travel bookings. It's always Wednesday. Probably people are bored during the week and decide, yes, I need to get away. Okay, so very interesting insights you'll be able to see from your website purchases and also from your ads interaction. So focus on those hours. Okay. Any questions? Okay, any questions before I move on to bidding? Okay, moving on. Now on to bidding. Okay, the concept of bidding is basically how much are you willing to pay for your ads to show up? Okay, how much are you willing to pay to get one lead on Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads? How much are you willing to pay for someone to visit your website through the ads? Okay, so that's bidding. Okay, how much are you willing to bid for per result? Okay, one of you asked around Facebook group, right? How about linking groups? Linking group also. So linking group, I realize is like what you mentioned, more suitable for B2B audiences. Okay, more suitable for B2B audience. Whereas Facebook group very suitable for B2C kind of products, FMCG kind of products. Okay. However, from my personal observation, linking group tends to be less interactive. Okay, tends to be less interactive when compared to Facebook groups. Okay, great question. Okay, moving to bidding. Okay, keep your questions coming. Moving on to bidding. So for bidding, okay, what this means is implement bid capping. What this means is basically when you don't set a price of how much you want to bid for per result, right? What ad platforms will do is, okay, Google Ads will just bid whatever that they deem fit. Okay, whatever they deem fit may be $5 per click, but that might not be comfortable with you. So when you run paid advertising and you leave it to the platform, you don't indicate like what's your cost per result. Platform can bid whatever they deem fit for you for per result. Maybe to platform, to you per lead, your threshold is $20. To the platform, maybe they will just bid $50 per lead. Okay, $50 to get one lead. Okay, so always try to implement this bid capping strategy. Okay, another very good tips to implement. This is a bit more technical, but very good tip to implement. Some of my students and my clients will tell me, why is my cost per lead or my cost per transaction very high for my ads? Then I ask them, have you implemented bid capping? What's bid capping? Okay, so implement bid capping so that basically what you're telling the platform is, I will only allow you to go as high as 25 cents to get someone to click on my ad to go to my website. Please do not bid higher than 25 cents to have my ad show up to get a click to my website. Okay, of course, this has to be realistic. If you know that traditionally your click to your website, right, is say 20 cent, 30 cent, 40 cent, it's fine that you bid 25 cent or try 15 cent. Do not try to bid for 0.01 cent. Then you are not being competitive at all. Okay, so utilize this feature. How you know what is the right cost to put is two-way. Put in the amount that is your threshold. What's your maximum amount that you are okay, comfortable with paying for, say, this case, per click to your website. If it's lead, what's the maximum you're willing to pay for per lead to your website? Sorry, per lead received. Okay. First way, put in your threshold for per result, or second way, look at your existing or past campaign. On average, how much does it cost to deliver a result? Okay. Say, example, on average, it's always $10 per lead. You can try $9 per lead. Okay, but don't go like $1 per lead, then you will not be competitive. Your ad might not show up. Okay, a very technical feature, but very useful. Most of the case when we implement, we see a drop in the cost per lead, cost per click. Okay, next tip, implement frequency capping. Implement frequency capping. Okay, the best example I always use is sometimes you watch YouTube, right? YouTube ads, right? You keep seeing, is this ad again? I seen it like the 10th time this week already. Okay, that is not a good advertising tactic. Okay, when we keep showing the same ad again and again and again within a short period of time, like you and me, we'll get frustrated with the advertiser. We are just waiting for the skip button to skip. Okay, so try to implement frequency capping. Okay, implement frequency capping. What this does is basically you are telling the ad platforms, example YouTube ads, okay? Example YouTube ads, but other platforms like Facebook, TikTok, you can implement the same also. In this case, I'll just use YouTube ad. What you are doing here is you are telling the platform, please do not show my ad to the same user in a week or in a month or in a day more than X amount of time. Okay, example. If I implement, I will tell the ad platform, please limit to show up maximum 4 times per week to the same audience. Okay, so for instance, if I see the ad 3 times already, the next time I see it fourth time, okay, within a week, I will not see it the fifth time already. Next week onwards, then I will see it again. Okay, for the fifth time, sixth, seventh, eighth time. Okay, so utilize frequency capping. Why is this good? Because we do not want to bombard the audience and the audience get frustrated with our ads. Okay, if an audience it's not converting, it won't convert if you show the same ad to him or her 200 times. Okay, let's try to reduce ad fatigue and media spend wastage. Okay, so what would be a good frequency? Optimum frequency per week. Okay, optimum frequency per week is 4 times. Okay, up to 4 times, 2 to 4 times per week. Okay, so that's on bidding. Okay, setting your bid threshold, what's the amount that you are comfortable with. Okay, and also if your current cost per lead is $10, let's try to bring it lower by telling the platform you will only bid at $9. Implement frequency capping. Instead of reaching the same audience again and again within the same day or same week, you are telling the platform, okay, once you hit 4 times on that audience already, please do not reach the person for a fifth time. Now the fifth time, the 1 time extra can reach out to a new audience. Okay, you are getting more media outcomes, more reach with the similar spend once you implement frequency capping. Okay, any questions? Okay, usually I won't go through so fast, but I'm surprised that no questions, so I'm going through a bit faster. Or we might be able to end before 8:45 today. But feel free to stay on to ask any questions that you might have. Okay, moving on to the last part, creative. Okay, so earlier on, when I start the session, I mentioned that the takeaway for you guys today is to understand some tactics that can lower the cost of your media paid advertising. And also I want to share two ways to get free advertising or free advertising tactic. So one way was through the Facebook group that I mentioned as the first tip. The second way, okay, the second way is actually partner with content creator. Okay, so if you have not partnered with content creator before, I know the first question that you come to mind, how much? Okay, how much is this? Okay, so there's two ways to work with content creator. Okay, content creator influencer, the term can be used interchangeably. Okay, content creator basically means anyone who comes up with create content. Okay, create content online, create content on social media. They are content creators. Okay, influencers are those whereby they have quite a number of followers. Okay, they have quite a number of followers. So content creator influencers sometimes can be used interchangeably. Okay, so the good part about working with content creator and influencers is it is not always that you have to pay them. Okay, let me repeat. It's not always that you have to pay content creators or influencers to create content and post on their profile for you. Okay, so the content creators, how it works is, okay, either you pay them to write a content or to create a content, or you sponsor the product or service. Okay, you sponsor the product or service for them. Example, if you're running a restaurant, maybe you want to get content creator to come down, shoot a video, post on their TikTok or Facebook. Just invite them for a meal and say we'll pay for your meal. In return, if you're okay, help us write a favorable review. Okay, if you're fine with it. Okay, we have done it before, and of course, not all influencers or content creator will be comfortable with this approach, but we have done it before and we have seen results on that front. Okay, so for instance, in the past, I run a non-profit organization, okay, NPO, so social enterprise. So what we did is we sell e-commerce accessory service, and then in return, we donate back to charity. So what we did is we approached some of the influencers and content creator. We share with them what we do, and we ask them, is it okay we send you products that we sell? You take a photo, you share on social media about us. Quite a number of them are comfortable with that. Okay, so that is on the social enterprise fund. On the other side, I also work with clients whereby we took this approach. They also managed to gather quite a number of content creators to post product or service for them in return for a free product, okay, or service. So the good part about partnering with content creators is they are very agile in content production because content is what they do. Okay, content ideation, content production, they do it on the fly. They have to constantly create new content. So when partnering with them, the good part is they're able to come out with content very fast, content ideas, content production very fast. Okay, you can tap on their audience pool. For instance, a follower has 10,000 followers. When the content creator or the influencers post a post, their followers, although not all, but their followers can see, okay, can see the kind of product or service that the content creator share. Usually, the follower of the content creator or the influencer have similar passion point. Okay, usually we follow a content creator is because that passion points that they are sharing about align with ours. Example, maybe it's a fitness influencers. Maybe you are into fitness, then you follow the person. Okay, or maybe it's a food blogger. That's why you follow the person because you're into food. Okay, you're able to reach creator followers of the similar passion point. So example, if you are finding it hard to reach a certain kind of audience passion point or demographics, you can then tap on creators audience pool to reach out to them. Okay, you can also further outreach through paid ads. Okay, so what we have found is when working with content creators, okay, some of the content creators produce very good content. So what we do is we then utilize that content to run paid ads. Okay, because maybe in-house you don't have content creation capabilities. So what you do is you work with content creator, you sponsor them their product or service, they create the content, you ask them, is it okay if I use your content, then I run paid ads? Of course, I'll credit it to you. I'll run a partnership ads. Okay, win-win situation whereby they get more exposure from themselves. You get their content to run ads on. Okay. Second last tip, increase creative variety. Creative variety. Basically, when you run ads online, okay, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, LinkedIn ads, from observation, okay, studies has also shown, try to have at least four, okay, try to have at least four creative variation. If you look at LinkedIn, TikTok, okay, all their best practice all say the same thing. Try to have at least four creative variation running at any juncture. I know coming up with four creative version is a bit tough when you first start out. Okay. So usually when I work with my clients, what I advise is it's okay. We just start with two first. Okay. We just start with two first. Why two? Because then we can test two different versions. Which one works better? Then when we know the particular version that does better, okay, we switch off the other one. Then we introduce another two that's similar style, similar concept. Okay, we further test. So now you have three. Okay, so try to have three or four. What I found out over time with across vertical and with my client is when you have 3 to 4 ads at any point of time, the performance of your ads tends to be better. The performance of your ads tends to be better. Your cost of media tends to be lower also. Because how ad platform works is, end of the day, it's not just about how much you're willing to bid for higher than your competitor. It's also about your ad quality. If your ad quality is good, meaning that people always engage with your ad, people find your ads relevant, engagement, quality, okay, ad platform will then score you higher on ad quality. When you get score higher on ad quality, okay, your cost of media goes down. Okay, in a nutshell, when you have very bad ads, ad platform penalize you. You need to pay more for cost of media. When you have very good quality ads, ad platforms incentivize you. You pay for a lower cost of media. Okay, basically what it means is bad ad $10, maybe you reach 100 people. Good ad $10, maybe you reach 1,000 people. Okay, so that's the relationship between quality ad and cost of media. Okay, the other tip I have is try to refresh your creative, okay, every 3 months. Okay, try to refresh your creative every 3 months. Why? Because Singapore, if you're targeting Singapore, right? Singapore is a very small market. Imagine the same audience that you're trying to prospect, see your ads 3 months again and again, fourth, fifth, 6 months, still see the same ads. They will get bored. Okay, ad platforms also penalize you when you have ads that's running for a long period of time. Your ad quality score will be low. So one of the hack that I learned over time is sometimes it's as simple as you change the background of the creative, then you upload it again, or you upload a new creative with a new background or a new word. Ad platform will then score you neutral, start you off neutral again for a ad score. Okay, so try to refresh your creative once you have utilized it for more than 3 months. Try to have 3 to 4 creative variation running at any juncture. Okay, what this graph basically could show is um when the person see your ad too many times, okay, over a period of time, the performance will drop. Okay, the performance will drop. When the person, okay, so this one, see the ad too many times already, performance will drop. When the person is not fatigued with your ads, finds it interesting, okay, your engagement will go up. Okay. Okay, my final tip to share, ensure high creative relevancy. Okay, earlier on I have shared when you have good ad platforms incentivize you. Okay, cost of media is lower. Okay, so we do good ad by introducing constant variety. Every 3 months, we try to switch it up a bit. Okay, we try to have 3 to 4 creative running at any point of time. The other tip to improve ad rank creative ranking is to ensure high creative relevancy. Okay, basically what this means is um, some of us here prefer buy one get one free. Some of us here prefer 50% off. Okay, so what we can do in platform these days is we just put all our ad copy in. Just put all our ad copy in. Platforms will show the most relevant ad copy to each individual. Because when we use social media, when we use YouTube, when we use Facebook or Instagram, platforms know what kind of messaging we interact with, what kind of content we get engaged with. So through that kind of data points, platform will know, okay, YS like buy one get one free more, or maybe someone else he or she likes this one more. So platform will show he or she this version, but platform will show me this version. Okay, so how do you ensure high creative score? Put in the different headlines. Okay, put in the different ad copies. Platform will show the most relevant one to each user. Okay, end of the day, just remember creative is subjective. Okay, so no point debating which one works better. Just put both in. Leverage on platform automation. They will test and find the most relevant one for each individual. Okay, let me recap on creative pillar. So for content creator, okay, one way to work with them is to sponsor a product or service. Just invite them, okay, or send them a product. Ask them nicely whether they will do a review on it. Okay, so that's one way to work with them. They do content very fast, very agile. So those of them who did it very well can see high engagement and so on. You can also ask them, can I use your content? I want to run a paid ad on it. You win, you get the content, the win-win for you, while the content creator get more exposure also. Increase creative variety. This is about introducing new creative every 3 months and try to have at least 3 to 4 ads running at any point of time. Lastly, ensure high creative relevancy. Just remember, creative is subjective. Okay, creative is subjective. Buy one get one free may work for me, but may not work for someone else. So just put in a different version of ad copy. Platform will find the most relevant one to each individual. And because of that personalization approach, your creative score is higher. Okay, your creative score is higher because it's more personalized. People will tend to interact with personalized messaging better. Okay, with that, I have shared across 9 tips that will help you improve your paid advertising. Will help you reduce your media cost, sharpen your media spend. Uh, number 1 and number 7 is free. Okay, number 1 is about going to Facebook group, post your marketing message or promote your product or service. Number 7, not entirely free, okay, but in a way you are getting content and exposure for free by having the content creator utilize your service or product. Okay, so these are the concepts I would love to have you take away, a business owner. So understand the concept, marketers in the class, marketers in the Zoom. Uh, understand this concept. If you are not testing some of them or not implementing some of them yet, definitely try to play around with those concepts or implement some of these tactics. Uh, in this sharing, we are not able to go hands-on, but if you love to learn more about hands-on on some of these tactics, we have a 3-day digital advertising class, which will dive into Google search, Google display, which is the banner ads that you see on your mobile phone on your website, or you go to Straits Times, sometimes you see banner ads, right? Yeah, Google display. Then we also learn about how to run meta ads. Okay, heavily subsidized, starting at this course. Again, there are a lot of other courses also. If you love to find out more, scan this QR code, okay? Or go to the City website. Tons of course. Look at them. If there's something of your interest, just WhatsApp the button. Okay, there's a WhatsApp button on the website. WhatsApp button, utilize it, ask questions. I'm this and this, I'm thinking of career switch to which sector, which course can you recommend me? Or maybe I'm a business owner, I'm facing this business challenge. Can you tell me which course will be most applicable to me? Or maybe you want to send your staff, then you share with our administrator. She will be able to advise you better. Okay, now some of you may have questions, so keep them coming. Okay, keep them coming. I will address them shortly. Okay, my final 2 slides before I move on to questions. Okay, so this is a list of courses that the school offers now. more are coming up in months to come. TikTok advertising also is coming up soon. We also have a SEO course that's coming up soon. Okay. And my contact details is here. At City, I teaches two module, digital advertising for businesses and also e-commerce module. Okay. My email address is here. Feel free to reach out to me. And my LinkedIn is here. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay. So on questions, okay. I let me go back to this slide first. Then I will be able to relate your question to each point. Okay, I try to go by the order of 1 to 9. Okay, so one of you asked, okay, some Facebook group admins, okay, so hit number one, right? Some Facebook group admin has strict rules that forbid sales pitching. Okay, there's strict rules to forbid sales pitching. Okay, so those Facebook group, we don't go in and post our product and service already. So in those Facebook group, what we do is we want to be seen as a engager. Okay, engager meaning we go in to engage to answer questions of our target audience. Okay, we don't go in with the approach like I want to like post about my product, post about my service. We go into those group, be seen as a subject matter expert. Uh, why do I say that is because although you cannot promote your product or service, but when you answer question, people will know like, oh, this guy got substance. Okay, this guy or girl got substance. He or she may not be ready to convert straight away, but the next time he thought of getting the service or product, he remember you are the person who answered it, then he will go to you. Okay, so some approach you can take for those group is you just go in, okay, you listen and you engage. You introduce yourself, I'm a co-founder or I'm a business owner also and so in my opinion, you should do this, and so on. So that's one way to go about it. Okay, hope that answer your question. Okay, the second question, okay, is around frequency capping, number 6. Okay, frequency capping. Okay, the question is on, okay, it's a bit technical, your question, so I'll just rephrase it a bit. Does frequency capping applies for all type of campaigns objective? Okay, does capping tactic applies for all type of campaign objective? Example of campaign objective. Maybe you're looking for sales. Maybe you're looking for leads. Maybe you're trying to get clicks. Maybe you're trying to get more people to see your ads. Okay, so there's a lot of different campaign objectives. Does frequency capping tactic applies for all campaign objective? Unfortunately, not all, okay, not all campaign objective allows you to do frequency capping. Okay, not all allows you to do frequency capping. So to your question, you need to double check the settings. Okay, if the settings doesn't allow you to do frequency capping when you set up that time, that objective doesn't allow you to do frequency capping. Okay, great question. Okay, one of you have a question that falls outside of these 9 tips. Okay, but uh, I will say I'll break it under bidding. So one of you asked, okay, when you first start off your campaign, okay, what is the ad budget you want to start off with? Okay, I would say start small. Just start small. Okay, because of how ad platforms today works, right? You can start off with $10, you can start off with $50. Only when you see results, okay, only when you see results, then you increase your spend to 500 or 5,000. Just an example. Okay, you just start small first. When you see the results, you see, oh, cost per lead is at $10. Oh, cost per lead is at $20. You like the result, then you increase your spend. Okay, so I hope that answer your questions around ad budget. Okay, the other approach you can take is, okay, so that's one approach. You start small first, you see the result, you like it, you scale up your budget. Second approach, a more scientific approach we take is, okay, you will say you want to get, just an example, you say you want to get 50 leads. Okay, 50 leads on average, just an example, B2B, usually $25 per lead on Facebook. You take 25 times 50 leads. That is the budget we need to start off with to get you that 25 leads. Okay, so two ways to start off for budget. Okay, one way is you start small first, you see the results. Okay, you're happy with it, scale up. Second way is you calculate backwards. You want to get X number of leads, X number of sales, then you multiply by cost per result. That will be your budget. The follow-up question to that is how many assets you need to have. That is a bit more technical. For layman term, for the group asset. Okay, asset is settings in when you set up the ad. Ads we all know is the number of creative. Assets basically means the number of creative that house the asset. Okay, never mind, it's too technical. Okay, on your question, how many assets do you want to have? It depends. Okay, no straightforward answer. But what's more important here is actually the number of creative. Okay, the number of creative rather than the number of assets. Okay, number of creative is more important than the number of assets. Unless you have, say, two different type of audience, then yes, asset one, you want to target parents. Asset two, you target teenagers. So you split your asset, you split your creative. Two different type of creative to speak to each audience. Okay, one of you, okay, feel free to ask questions beyond this framework also. Okay, one of you asked e-commerce platform how to drive effective conversion. Um, okay, so e-commerce, the most important part is your product page ready to convert? Okay, is your product page ready to convert already? What do I mean by that is, do your product page already have reviews? Do your product page has clear pricing details, clear description, clear photos from different angles? Okay, what we realize is when your product page is not comprehensive, okay, even if you run ads, you do marketing, your conversion will still be low. Conversion basically means transaction. Your count will still be low. Okay, to give you an example, one of my past clients, we told them, okay, it's a huge MNC. We told them don't run ads when your product page, right, don't have reviews at all. Just ask your staff, go in and review or sponsor, give away free product to some people, your friends and family, and ask them go into the website and write reviews for you. They say no, they really have to push for it. So we run ads for them to the product page. The conversion rate was very low. The minute we see reviews coming in, right, the conversion rate actually 3 to 4 times. Just a very small tweak. Okay, very small tweak, but because the product page is not conversion ready, people look for a lot of assurance when they want to buy a product online. First time seeing this brand, first time seeing this product, first time is this person or is this seller reliable or is this brand reliable? So we need social proof like reviews, okay, photos from different angles. So how do you drive cost-effective conversion? First of all, look at your product page. Is it comprehensive? Okay, there are some checklists out there. Just Google product page readiness check. Okay, product means readiness. Okay. Okay. One of you asked, will we go through how to run marketplace ads during say the course I teach? Okay. Marketplace ads basically means Shopee, Lazada ads. Okay. Sometimes we see on Facebook ads, right? Then we see a product, then we click on the ad, it goes to Lazada or Shopee page for us to make the purchase, right? Unfortunately, we won't be teaching that kind of advertising. Why? Because to teach that, right, all learners in the class basically need to have a active seller account, okay, on Lazada and Shopee for me to teach that. Hence, the e-commerce course teach more on how do we set up an e-commerce page, how do we do ads, but not driving to Lazada and Shopee. Okay, how to run and measure A/B testing campaign will be shared during the class. Okay, any other questions? Okay, uh, if not, I will wrap up here. Once again, thanks you guys for joining me on a Thursday. A lot of great courses that in my city offer. I'm one of the trainer. Learn from the other trainers also. We have data scientists. We have business owners of video agency owners, content creators, and so on. If you like to find out more which course is more suitable for you, scan this QR code or just WhatsApp our dear admin. She'll be able to do a great job on advising you based on the challenge, or maybe you want to do a career switch. Just tell her the situation, she will be able to advise you. Thank you, everyone.